Greetings, Wargamers. This is the first of hopefully several unboxing videos for By Fire and Sword, which is by Wargamer. That's the name of their company, which is great. Very to the point. Anyway, if you haven't checked this game out, this is the core rulebook, which I know looks a bit hefty, but a lot of this is army lists. About 60%, I would say, 50% is army lists with all the stats for all the units, for all the main factions. They've added some in like the Deluge and armies of By Fire and Sword. They've added more armies to it, but these are the main ones. But they have the core rules, not the army list, but the rules for download, and you can read the rules, give them your feedback, which I really like. They really seem to be interested in gamers' feedback, unlike some companies who will remain nameless. So today I'm going to, well, I've already unboxed, I guess, earlier, but I have a Polish cavalry regiment, a Polish skirmish set, which I actually bought the cavalry regiment to add on to the skirmish force to flesh it out a little bit. And then you can't get on the Wargamer website, order stuff, and not get Winged Hussars. These are Lithuanian Winged Hussars. It's a special box set because it comes with a unique commander, Alexander Polubeninsky. I'm from Texas, so I probably just butchered that. That's fine. But anyway, before I get to the review of the product, I would also like to say, if you're interested in this time period and you want more background on it, other than researching the history, which is also great, there is a trilogy of novels, the first of which is called With Fire and Sword, the first book. I highly recommend, if you at least just read With Fire and Sword. It's a great book. And it's a historical setting. This one takes place during the Cossack Rebellion. But I also recommend this translation by W.S. Kunczak. Once again, probably just butchered that name. But that's the thing about Polish names, is some of them are very tough to pronounce. My favorite character from this book, Pan Zagloba, he's really the reason to read the book. He's hilarious. His big mouth gets him into a lot of sticky situations, and then just through sheer luck and sometimes his own cunning, he's able to get out of that sticky situation. But he's hilarious. He's the comic relief, definitely. This may make me seem like a weirdo, but I definitely laughed out loud several times while reading this book because of Panzergloba. So anyway, if you want to at least start with Fire and Sword, and if you like it, go on to the Deluge, which I'm almost finished with, and then there's Fire in the Steppe is the third one. Anyway, so the review of the sets. They all come in, well, the smaller set just came with just one box, and then the larger sets came with two of these boxes with all the components. They had the foam in it, which is great. And one thing I love, and that really drew me into this set is, well, first off, you can't find, it's very difficult to find figures for this particular setting. Poland during the late or mid-1600s, right after the 30 Years' War. And it would be very difficult to find banners. You probably have to make your own, but Wargamer has provided every set with enough banners for that set. So, like, this is the Winged Hussars. They all have banners for their lances, and then they have their unit standards, which is, I mean, look at it. They're really great. I'm not sure how they work. I don't think they're stickers. I think you should have to cut them out and glue them, but that's, like I said, that's better than, sometimes I finish a historical unit, and I'm like, oh, crap, I got to go buy flags or go print out flags or something. And they can be kind of expensive, but they provide you in this set with the flags. And here's it. I ordered 2 sets of Polish cavalry, and every single banner set is different. I mean, that's awesome. So definitely worth their money just for the fact that it comes with banners, and you don't have to go, and they're really good quality banners. So as far as the figures go, let's see. I start with the horses. There's not a lot of different poses for the horses. Maybe easier to see there. I'll say the mold lines and the what do you call it, flash, I guess, the extra bits of metal. There's really not a whole lot of cleaning. No more than you would expect from any other manufacturer. It's not like it's just egregious and just terrible quality. But I love the detail on the horses, the saddles. You can see the horse furniture and stuff is really nice. It might be kind of hard. I'm using my iPad, so yeah. But my only complaint was with, this is really sad, but was with the Winged Hussar horses. They're going to take a little bit more time cleaning. They're not horrible. Let's see. Well, this one's not too bad. There was several in here that were. Maybe I'm just making it up. Okay, I take it back. Maybe there's not that much cleaning to do on the Winged Hussars horses. I thought I saw some yesterday when I opened it. But I do love, I mean, you got the stalk. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but the long thrusting sword used to punch through armor. So even when if the Winged Hussars charge, they lose their lances, but then they can use the sword, and it's almost just as good as the lance. So those are the horses. The figures are much the same. These are the Cossack style cavalry. They've got really great poses. Like, I like this leader guy. He's pulling the sword out, getting ready to throw down with somebody. They got some musicians. All the command sets have the same musician and standard bearer. They do have different commanders, though, different colonels. Of course, my favorite is the Winged Hussar. Let me find him. Should have had him sitting out. Yeah, here he is. I think he's cool. He's got his. I can't remember the name of the mace. It's Bulafa. Anyway, once again, Texas. I use Texas excuse. But he really cool figure. See what else. Oh, I love this. The bases. I assume once again, I mentioned at the beginning, they listen to their customers, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that one thing they listened to from their customers was the bases. If I remember correctly, when they first started, I looked at their sets, and they had metal bases. And to me, the problem with metal bases, what I would be worried about, is if they're in contact with other bases, which they're going to be during the game, I could just see the paint rubbing off, being scratched off, and actually in some of the pictures in the book you can see where there's little bits of metal where they've scratched surface. So they have plastic bases now, which are very nice plastic bases, a lot easier to work with, I think, than the metal ones. Got enough for the whole set there. And then what I thought was really cool, every set I bought came with spears or lances, because every unit in them could take spears or lances. So this is a winged hussar lance. In the book, they tell you how short you should cut the lance. I haven't really looked to see if it's at the appropriate length. But what's really cool is they're wire, so they're not going to bend or whatever. You know, sometimes you play Napoleonics and bayonets are bending and breaking off every time you move a unit. I don't foresee these really having that issue because they're very sturdy. I'm trying to get this out of the bag. There we go. But for the winged hussars, you know, they had the ball the weight that went above where you would grip the lance, and the way they did it is they have these tiny little ball bearing type things that have holes drilled into them, and you slide it onto the lance, and you put some glue wherever you want it. You slide it up, and it glues into place, and you got your lance. So I thought that was really cool. I was kind of wondering how they would do that, if it would be just a solid cast, just a solid piece or what. But I like how they did that. Of course, I'm really worried that I'm going to lose these little ball bearing things. And then something else people might be interested in is the wings for the winged hussars. I'm a little concerned because there aren't. I thought there would be little grooves on their back where you could insert the wings and they would hold a little bit better. This, you just glue them onto the back. And maybe because some people might want to, because we're really not sure if they wore them into battle, so there might be some people that don't want to put the wings on them. I think that's why they did that. But anyway, so I'm a little worried about gluing these onto their backs as to whether or not they'll stay. But I mean, who would not put wings on their winged hussars? I mean, that's why you buy them. That's why they're awesome. Anyway, what else? Oh, another. Oh man, where did they go? I had them here just a second ago, so I was going to show them off. Yeah, here they are. The pansarni, which are the armored. They have chainmail armor. The chainmail is really well done. I don't know if you can see that. You can tell they're wearing chain armor, and it's going to be pretty easy to paint, I think. Sometimes chainmail can be very flat and there's not enough definition, but these guys look really great. You can tell they're wearing chainmail, and that's. Oh, whoops. So. That's about it. Like I said, all the figures are. There's going to be minimal cleaning on them. Even the winged hussar horses, which I thought there were some in there that they're going to need some cleaning up. But anyway, and also let me say this about the boxes are beautiful. I'm going to save the boxes. I don't want to throw them away because I mean, look at them, and I can brush up on my Polish. Yeah. Because they have the Polish directions and the English directions. And I thought this was neat too. Actually, go back here. On the skirmish set, now it's not on the other two, but on the skirmish set, they actually show you what you can field out of that skirmish set. So if you buy this, you know that, okay, I have a 5-point skirmish list out of this box. And so you can start playing if you download the rules. You can start playing with just this box once you get it painted and stuff. You say, okay, I've got pansarni with spears. I have a Wallachian banner. I have Cossack-style cavalry and Cossack-style cavalry. I've got my commander, the colonel, with 3 command points. And you can start playing with the skirmish box because it's got the force right there. So. As a whole, I would say 5 stars. This 5 out of 5. I'm really happy with my purchase. I have some Swedes, the Swedish skirmish set, and a Reiter regiment that I need to unbox as well. But so far, so good. The Polish stuff is excellent. If you were on the fence about ordering, like I said, they have a U.S. website now that's really great. The figures are awesome. good detail, minimal cleaning. The lances and spears are awesome. Bases are great. And you get banners. So, all right, I'm going to quit rambling. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and put a link to their website and to the free rules below. And anyway, good gaming. See you guys later.